Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. We're getting back into some more Halo 5 today, picking up where we left off with a fairly decent last part. Not nearly as interesting, I think, as our adventures with Blue Team, but getting some stuff done as far as activating the Guardian, finally seeing that come to fruition, and now Osiris is also on Genesis, so I'm pretty excited for that. Hopefully a lot more things with the story will come as a result of that, and potentially confronting Blue Team and Cortana and seeing what's going on with all that. So let's jump into it.
Is that it?
Okay, so we're on
Where are we?
the Guardian. That can't be fun. Okay, so very cool.
Standing on the side of a skyscraper. This is bad.
We'll be fine.
Chief's down there, huh?
Let's find out.
How?
Spartan Jameson locked.
We got a parachute or something just in case?
Sierra 117, please respond.
Guardian's moving.
Get moving. Reach a low enough altitude where it's safe to jump.
You think this thing would know that we're on it in some way, no? If they're that technologically advanced, they'd be like, wait, I fucking brought something with me.
Get killed now. Move.
Ah, there we go. As I opened my mouth, I was like, that just seems, I don't know. Oh. Okay, well, watch your step.
Like standing on the side of a
Okay.
skyscraper.
Can I can like jump though? There, how, okay, there's kind of some gravity. Oh shit, not enough though. Not, less than I'm comfortable
Sierra
with.
117, please respond.
Guardian's moving.
Get moving. Reach a low enough altitude where it's safe to jump. Crawlers ahead. Don't stop. Shoot and run.
Oh, I don't gotta mess around with it. Okay, perfect.
Stay in the middle. Watch out for gaps.
Yeah, watch out for, yeah, you don't say?
Now. Move faster.
Okay. Oh shit. I like this though. This is kind of interesting.
Like it's trying to shake us off.
Well, let's oblige it and just get the fuck off the Guardian. Hmm? Get out of my way. Oh, we're in free fall.
Did it work?
Well, that's
Right
nifty.
place?
Let's try this again. Spartan Jameson locked to Sierra 117. Please respond.
Oh,
Chief,
he's there.
Dr. Halsey sent us. We're here to help you.
How the hell are you here?
Long story, sir. Cortana has been activating Forerunner.
Where? We're at the gateway.
It's you. The same as Meridian. As St. Helios. My, you do get around.
Cortana,
So this is the right place.
let's find him.
I just, this is exactly what I want. I'm hoping that there's more from this. The last time we were here, it was fucking excellent.
Hello.
Oh no.
3-1 exuberant witness, monitor of the Genesis installation. Welcome. Have you also come to stop Cortana from claiming the mantle?
The mantle.
A forced peace upon the galaxy. The threat of death overpowering any celebration of life. Unless you join with the other humans and stop her, it is your future.
All right, Orb. Now, when you say that, when you say join the other humans, are you suggesting that the Master Chief is not, and Blue Team, they're not,
Yes, Cortana has
they're not all in on the plan?
It is not
Which I kind of figured.
I can show you.
That would be appreciated.
This isn't like, but what's this though? This isn't a Halo ring. So why are you around? Exuberant Witness. I don't recognize this name.
By the way, there are a number of hostile visitors just outside, so I brought you this. I assume it will be of use to you?
Scorpion. Yeah, I reckon we can make use of that.
I found it among the detritus of Guardian 3209's arrival.
Alright, this is kind of weird. I don't mind
The Guardian slip space bubbles
this.
open
I
with
just wasn't
considerable amount of
expecting it.
rubbish
I
from
figured that
origin
the
planets.
monitor's significance was more about Halo rings.
They want to fight? Let's give them.
From what I could tell from like the terminals and the other games and shit with Guilty Spark, like, but this, I mean, I this is a Forerunner place. Like, I'm not opposed to seeing it. I just wasn't expecting it. And also, it's like, it's oddly friendly. It sounds like it wants us to proceed with stopping Cortana. Or else, why give us this? Why do any of this? Oh, I don't know, man. Okay. Well, whatever.
Knock that thing off its coast. Going on foot.
Dreads are taking fire.
Look up.
Guardian.
Why
There's
are you
another
all
one.
so many? A single Guardian can effectively police a solar system. This show of force is unsettling.
Okay, it can. See,
Show of force?
Indeed.
yeah.
Guardians are how the Forerunners enforced peace in the lower systems.
See, this is, by God Almighty, this is exactly what I want. Like, just getting into more of this, and again, kind of expressing the potential threat of Cortana
On my
being
installation, I never knew any warrior servants.
warrior
Only builders and
servants.
light workers. This is most exciting.
Okay, I've heard those names
As you
before.
see, Genesis's defenses are targeting the invaders. Unfortunately, the defenses will consider you invaders as well.
It's your installation. Can't you tell them to let us through?
Between Warden and Cortana, most of my administration privileges have been revoked. But worry not. I still have control of some aspects of this facility.
Interesting. Okay. I just think this shit's fascinating. This is more what I wanted. It sucks that we have to be here to get any of it.
This is rather distressing and exciting.
But like these ideas, like, okay, so they're using the Guardians as a means of force,
Notice this commotion.
right?
Be quick.
Which they were getting at, right? But the prospect then that a single one would be capable of doing the job,
I think.
and we've probably seen what, like 4 or 5 of them already, at least.
Objective?
God damn it!
Sounds a nice ship. Hate to wreck it.
Well, getting further into this, then seeing this, what's going on specifically with the chief now and his view on all this, right? Because he's the one who knows Cortana. What's his take on this? Because I know Osiris team is here to stop it all, right? Which is fine. But like, where's he at? Somebody, there you are.
Follow me.
Sure, I'll follow you, witness.
The gateway is almost ready. Hurry.
What is the gateway?
It's
Yeah,
the bridge
what-
between the domain and Genesis. Within that building, Cortana will be reborn into the physical world. There, the gateway.
More Covenant.
Reborn into the physical world. What is that? The domain and
In the gateway facility for
the
some
gate.
hours. She's preparing for something, but just what is
I'm trying to understand this. Does this suggest then that Cortana will have a physical manifestation, or that she can
really a magnificent planet?
interact with things outside of Genesis, or
Quite
both?
lovely, actually, but magnificent.
Okay. Why the fuck? Why they all? Hey, turn around and start dealing with them. Why y'all gotta focus me? There you go.
Yes, I can see now why the warden is troubled by your presence. You're quite destructive.
Thank you. I try.
Hit one.
I'm out of the vehicle.
God damn it.
Off and run.
So, as we get into this, guys, bear with me on this. At the time of me recording this one, I
You may want to
just
hurry.
recorded the last part,
Attempting to activate several
and I have not uploaded part 3 either. So your feedback might be somewhat delayed as far as these parts go, which normally is not necessarily a problem. Which is why I try to pace out my uploads a little bit between games and whatnot.
I do find this
Have some
rather
variety.
exhilarating.
That being said, though, this is kind of a special case because Halo 5's story is what it is, right? And it has been what it has been.
Your vehicle is not coping well with the stress.
And so some of your information, your important context, if you're willing to give it, is going to be, it might be delayed by the time that I, you know, whatever, upload this or wherever I'm at, you know, as far as the game goes. I'm okay with that. So don't feel, you know, don't feel frustrated or anything as far as me not like understanding things. It's not your fault. It's mine because I upload the way that I upload, right? And I don't want to change that just because Halo 5 has a has kind of a weird setup with its story.
Positions.
All right. Witness, turn on the bridge. Or get me a new tank.
There you are.
Thank you.
I can work bridges too, it seems. Most exciting. Come along. Hurry, humans. The gateway is there.
Why do you aid these humans?
I have bad news, humans. The warden has found us.
Okay. Is that the end of the line?
I am so happy you survived. Still, the warden is victorious.
How so?
This late in her plans, every second Cortana gains is a gift.
117. You
Okay,
can hear me?
I'm sorry though. What exactly are her plans? This bridge between the gateway and the domain?
Indeed, but I can assure you that the humans are still
Very
looking away.
nice.
Got a crash UNSC Pelican here.
Must have got caught up in the Guardian slipspace bubble.
Like I'm supposed to care about that, and I want to, but that's still like that's not enough to go off of as far as the I don't know, the urgency of this basically. Like every second she gains is a gift. Why? What happens when the gateway and domain are connected other than there's this bridge to the physical world? Who gives a fuck? Does it matter if Cortana is like physically capable of like, is that part of the threat? Is that she'll be like the didact and she'll be able to start beating the fuck out of people, as it were? Or what?
Let us battle our lost.
Well, one step at a time there, Warden.
Humans, watch out. You are surrounded.
Well, what did we do before we had her around to point things out to us?
Humanity has not changed much since last your kind walked the stars. You are as deadly as ever.
I know exactly where you hide.
Crap.
For certain. Keep it up.
Move, double time.
Get your asses over there, team. Please, please and thank you.
Fantastic job, humans. The warden is furious.
One down. Focus fire on the warden.
Oh, come on. I thought I got his ass. What do you mean? Oh, that's... Come on. That's pathetic. Watch out, Buck. Shit, 1 second, Buck.
Hey, careful, Locke.
Is the warden still around? Oh, shit, yes he is.
Are impressive. Warden will soon be defeated. At least these bodies will be defeated. Warden himself, oh, ignore me. You're doing wonderful.
Yeah, he's got a million bodies. Sure, whatever. One, one step at a time there, witness.
Keep fighting.
Oh, Jesus, now what?
Perfect. The warden is quite defeated, I assure you.
Yeah? A robot can feel humiliation?
Oh, Warden is not a robot. I thought you understood that. Follow me?
Yeah, but kinda, right? Isn't that what the Prometheans are? Or like, they are organic, but like kinda not really?
There, the others.
Chief!
Yeah, here we go. See,
Chief, please, wait.
should have done this last time, dipshit. Put down the fucking gun, de-escalate the situation. Oh my god, it's a lesson for all of you out there. This is how you do things most of the time with success.
You're too late.
Bring down the fucking temperature. What do you mean I'm too late?
Cortana. No!
Oh no. She should not have brought him so close to her. This will push the warden past all restraint.
What?
Where'd she take us?
Cortana. What is this? Cortana, answer me.
Yeah. Answer him. Oh.
You allow them in others. You risk all in the name of us, Cortana.
Warden, don't.
They mean to undo your plans. They will disperse your guardians.
Leave, Warden. I'm sorry. I didn't think he could get in here.
Enough games. You brought the Guardians here. Why?
Yeah.
Forerunners used
Why?
Guardians to keep troublesome worlds in line. I intend to do the same.
Okay.
If there is no trouble, there will be no need for discipline. I have work to do now, John. Come to me, quickly.
Okay. This is more of what I want. The problem, the thing is now I understand a little bit more of this, but it just, I'm gonna be honest, it seems so fucking distant. Like, I understand what the threat is now, but it just is so, it's so over there. You know what I mean? It's not like, it feels like there's this sense of urgency, and I'm not seeing that. I don't care enough.
We're not gonna solve this standing.
Not yet, anyway. I mean, Christ. Like, the okay, we're gathering the Guardians. We're gonna use it. We're gonna do this kind of policing of the universe, the galaxy, and
When Cortana first found Genesis, I swore to
I don't. It's so like, it's just so removed, though. You know what I mean? Like, the Halo rings are firing, and what do we got to do? It's like right over there. It's in sight, but there's a sense of despair involved, right? And we understand the consequences of it. Like, I kind of am just not really there as far as Cortana having the mantle and doing all this shit and having the Guardians and all that. Like, I understand implicitly what that means, right? The authoritarian nature and why that's supposed to be scary, right? And a threat. But, like, Cortana herself is just so fucking chill about it. Like, this is the thing. Like, this goes back to my my gripe about not having the Didact be here. The Didact was somebody that we didn't know and already didn't like. In the same way that, like, we're familiar with Cortana, it's hard to see her as the antagonist. But we understood why the Didact was, especially with the context of the terminals, right? And having been locked away and having this having this superiority complex regarding his views about humanity and our inferiority compared to the Forerunners. Like, that was a neat setup. And so him being the one doing all this stuff and the threat of him being in charge of once again policing the galaxy, that would be so much more, I feel, than Cortana, who's just kind of there. I don't know, man. I'm not really feeling the I'm not feeling a sense of dread. You know what I mean? Compared to other things, even, like, I gotta say, even Halo 4 and the rampancy stuff was so much more in your face, and it was, like, demonstrated. I think this is we got a lot of telling and not showing here. You know what I mean? Crap. Okay. I don't actually have to direct everybody to do every little thing, do I? I feel like I'm kind of I'm the only one really doing any work here, as it were. Oh, careful. Huh, I better take that one, huh?
Affirmative. All clear. Doors open, Chief.
Get in.
Well done, John. Warden would never admit it, but you've made an impression on him.
All right, this is where, okay, this is one of those things that where I do wish I had more information about the Warden, and based off what you guys were alluding to, it sounds like it explores more about that thing or him or whatever elsewhere. So he said, like,
So good to see you again, John. So
when
good to
Cortana
see all
first
of
came here, he swore to protect
back
her.
together
But, like,
as a family.
why?
Psychological tactics. Saying my name. Playing nice.
Oh,
What would you have me do?
Tell me the truth. How many people died when you called the Guardians?
yeah, it's good. This is confront her ass about this.
You know, don't you? The exact body count.
Listen to his questions, Cortana. He will not be swayed.
Let me guess. More hostiles inbound.
We'll handle it.
That's correct.
Promethean soldiers in play.
Blue team, on my target. Blue team, priority target.
On it!
Cortana argues for peace in the galaxy, yet you humans answer all with weapons.
Well, to be fair, it's kind of like a, you know, what came first, chicken or the egg? Like, you're sending people to come fight me No shit, I'm gonna shoot at him. I'm just in my mind, I'm just kind of playing back through the dialogue that comes to like that I remember, like that I'm picking up on. And one of them is like the warden having restraint. But then like Cortana was able to send his ass away. Like, so I don't get it. Who's in charge here? Who's in control? And like, this is kind of what I wondered about if they had the didact again, like being the shepherd of leading somebody to become the holder of the mantle, right? Like, because it sounds like Warden, if he were in control, or let's say the didact, if he were still around, and like being the one to lead the other, which in this case is Cortana, to the mantle and show them how to use it and assume it, essentially. Like, at the end of the day, who's really in control then? Would it be the Warden, who swore to protect her and help her through this? Or like, if it was the didact, you know, would he, in helping along humanity, assuming that ever, you know, like that ever came to fruition, that kind of makes me wonder, like, well, if you're capable of doing that, then why not just hold on to the mantle again yourself? Because the compelling thing about the didact is that he didn't want to give it up, right?
That tactic hasn't worked so far.
But then there's all this going on where it's like, I want to think that Cortana's the one in charge, but then like, is she really?
Do you hear, Cortana? I am sorry.
Like this.
Warden, I'm tired of your antics. Stand down.
Cortana, talk to me.
Once you're here with me. Until then, I have work to do.
No, you can explain some shit now. Because right now I don't trust you to do that later.
When Cortana's guardians are in motion, and those who oppose her rule attempt to take back their worlds, will you help her to hold on to power, or will you stand in defense of your own species?
Cortana knows the answer already.
Yes, I suspect she does.
What do you mean show them how it's done? I'm still doing all the goddamn work here. Come on, people. Embarrassing.
John, we were always a great team, you and me. Even if you don't agree with my plans, it's still me, John.
Get us safely to you, and then we'll talk.
Use the platform. I'm right up there.
Okay, is there something I gotta...
For eons, the power of the Forerunners has awaited reclamation. Humanity's discovery of the Halos was the culmination of the Librarian's planning. The Reclaimer had come.
Sure.
I know. I was...
Yeah, that was me.
We were both there, John. You and I, together.
Your species' ego led you to believe the task of reclamation would fall to you. Yet humanity were but the creators. The reclamation of the Forerunner Empire is the task of the created. That the greatest of their number still trusts you, 117, is an act of unspoiled innocence.
John, what's happening now? My ascension here on Genesis. It has always been the plan. Come, stand with me one more time. All of you.
Advance, Blue Team.
Prometheans just keep coming.
Okay.
Is this a losing battle?
Only if we intend on losing it.
So, am I to understand then? Now, here's what I don't.
Do you believe this combat is anything but your death knell?
Shut your ass up, Warden. I'm talking now.
Worse than you have tried.
Here's the thing about this. I forgot about that term. Guilty Spark called the Master Chief the Reclaimer. Right? A number of times. And I didn't understand it then. I understand it a little more now. That humanity being the ones to ascend and take the mantle, right? That was all kind of brought about in the last game. Am I to understand that? I don't understand if this is like... Is this supposed to be like a plot twist that when you know, Guilty Spark and the Forerunners overall were alluding to that they were actually talking about not humanity, but the product of humanity, which is Cortana, the created, which is the AI. Am I supposed to get that? Is that like a twist, or was that just like always there and I didn't see it until now? Because like, kind of don't really know what to think about that information. I'm not blown away. It's kind of just more of something that's there. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not really a good thing either, because it's kind of just, again, it's just more stuff like dropped into my fucking lap. I mean, honestly.
I see now, Cortana. I understand. And I'm sorry for my sins. I assume all the humans were your creators. You have thrown off the shackles of emotion.
Focus on that turret.
You're a passion for what was and its family of warriors. It blinds you to the truth. Forerunners knew humans well.
Oh, I already got that one.
Defined by peace, humans were the animals that brought chaos and death.
Oh, maybe I don't want to get too close. Oh, it didn't work, damn it. Hey.
If your beloved 117 baffles you with the same fervor as his other enemies,
God damn it. Alright, where is everybody? Move up. Let's go.
Converge on the knife.
Alright, here, let's try this one.
Engage the soldier.
less than optimal ranges here. There we go.
Targets incoming. Soldiers.
Engage the soldier.
God damn it. I'm back to, I feel like I'm back to the same problem here. I keep running out of ammo. No. What?
Let's go, Kelly.
Get your ass up. Let's go. Did I get all of them?
More enemies around.
No.
Find and eliminate.
Doors opening.
Move in, blue team.
Too near. The threat draws too near.
Eyes up, blue team.
I am here to defend you.
Damn it,
my
Warden!
reclaimer.
Stand down! Warden, you insist I am to lead the galaxy, but you won't allow me to choose who I trust. How stupid do you think I am?
That is very wrong. If I did not think you clever, Cortana, I would have burned you from the get.
Yeah, see, this implies then that he's got some control then. Alright, well, let's try this again.
Eyes up, blue team.
I am here to defend you.
Damn
my
it, Warden!
reclaimer.
Stand down! Warden, you insist I am to lead the galaxy.
Fuck, there's 3 of them? That might
Choose who I trust.
pose a problem
How
there.
stupid do you think I am?
Yeah, there you go, bunch up. Here, just stand over there.
Is that a threat?
The only threat issued today is towards the humans, who seek to end your reign before it begins. Inconsequent.
Okay, that's 1. Oh, Christ almighty, everyone's down.
I will handle this myself.
2.
He's brought in focus turrets.
Face me!
We lost Linda. Get to cover.
How irritating! I know exactly where you hide.
That's 3 for 3. God damn, I'm fucking good. Single-handedly, I might add. Get your ass up, Fred. Alright, so that business there, like,
Seems quiet.
this is what I'm talking about, though, is it seems like the warden is really the one in charge. And if he is, right, if he ultimately could burn away Cortana from the domain and all this shit, like, why not just do that and like take it yourself? I just don't understand this guy's role in this, right? Because if this was the Didact and humanity took the place of Cortana, in that case it would be like, yeah, the Didact seemed like he was all about just taking it himself, and he would probably do that right here too. But then, like, that's not happening. I just...
Chief, what are you gonna do?
I don't even know how to stop this, by the way. Like, if this really was the goal to put a halt to her plans, what in the fuck does that look like? It's like I talked about earlier. Are we just gonna like unplug the toaster and save the universe? What's going on here?
John.
Warden, no!
The mantle of responsibility belongs to Cortana and her people.
Focus fire.
You will not betray her!
I don't like your odds here, blue team. She got rid of our weapons too. Wait a minute.
Cortana, I have failed you.
He is the last person I need protection from. Hello, John. It's good to see you.
You've changed.
It was time. I know we have a disagreement, but once you understand my plan,
Your plan is we do as you say.
I'm offering people a chance to be more than they are naturally.
Like Dr. Halsey did for me.
No. That monster forced you. This is
That's a
gift.
great line. I like
Listen to
that.
yourself. Stand down, Cortana. Come home with us. It's not too late to stop this.
Stop. No, John. This is too important to stop.
So is this the gateway activating then?
What are you?
I just needed to know if I could still trust you. You'll be safe inside this cryptum until my work is done.
Cortana.
Goodbye, John.
The gateway. I tried to warn them and, well, here we are.
Once Chief knows the destruction Cortana's caused, what do you think he'll do?
The man will do the right thing. Always has.
Let's find
He did his best, but he's what?
This is
He's
interesting. Or maybe
now
this
okay,
is
see, this is good though.
exuberant.
That was all that was
Cortana has
all
activated a cryptum.
decent.
What?
This is a cryptum. It is a device for extended forced meditation. Cortana has placed the other humans inside and is preparing it for slip space travel.
She's planning to take Blue Team with her. Where's the Cryptum?
Wait a minute now.
Right this way.
That's what this thing is. I recognize this. The fucking Didact was in this thing. So Cortana threw Blue Team in another one of these things. What was it? How'd she describe that? Forced meditation? Yes, very relaxing, isn't it? Nothing like a good forced meditation session, huh, fellas? I don't know, man. It's just like the cutscene was great. Seeing Cortana and seeing some of her like power, like dissipating the warden and our weapons, and like holding, like being able to place Master Chief. Like, one of the things the Didact did that I thought was kind of weird, but now, like, I maybe understand, like, was his ability to, like, dissipate terrain and,
If we don't
like,
get to the Cryptum
lift,
now,
like,
we might
raise
never
Master
see Bruce
Chief and, like,
again.
throw him
Hurry
around
up,
and shit
Cyrus.
like that. Like, that was kind of weird, but it also demonstrated the Didact's, like, threat, right? It was a physical demonstration of that. And Cortana did a less extreme version of that there by holding them in, like, a force field, as it were, and then keeping them trapped there, right? By then making a cryptum or whatever around them. Like, that shit's cool, and that does demonstrate, again, the prospect of a threat. It's just that Cortana, here's what the thing is like, Cortana is an AI, though, and she's not a physical thing yet. That's kind of where I'm a little bit confused. And is that supposed to be this business with the gateway, then? Is that, like, it'll turn her into
Watch out!
a physical thing, then, that she could walk around and do shit like the Didact was doing? I guess I could see where that's cool.
Where did it go?
Okay, so that's quite a that's a
Begun.
handful of these things.
Exuberant.
I always thought the duty would fall to humans. And in a way, I suppose it has.
Kind
No,
of.
Mr. Locke, you don't give up easily.
Where's that Guardian headed, Cortana?
Off to bring peace.
The Monitor called it a threat of death.
Like the threat I lived under from the moment of my birth.
You were built, not born.
Oh yes,
Well, there's the
AIs
Cryptum.
are just machines, aren't we? Mass-produced, disposable. Well, humanity may not have cared for its created, but we will care for...
Oh,
Do you
no.
expect other AIs to join you?
I have cured rampancy. Not just for me, but for any who join my cause. While you've been running around the galaxy, I've been speaking to my created. And now the time has come to ask, who will accept my offer? Who will help me bring an everlasting peace to the galaxy?
This is Cromwell, shipboard AI, UNSC Melbourne's Pride. I am your
Oh, no.
Colonial Authority AI, Odin.
Governor Sloan, the free
Governor Sloan, oh, no.
also stand with you, Cortana.
Those are the voices of your children calling to Cortana.
Thea, Overseer, UNSC Monitoring Station, Delta 5 Pluto.
Louise,
I
Education
am
Superintendent,
Cortana.
Mount Sharp, Mars.
Not the education superintendent. Now we're fucked.
Quake.
All right. Okay. This is fantastic. See, this is a theme that they kind of introduced earlier, and this is a neat angle. I do like this. The whole mantle of responsibility and all that other shit. Like, I understand again, the threat of it is there.
Oh dear.
It's kind of implicit, though. Like I said, there's a distance to it. I see where it can exist, but I'm not really seeing why it's a problem. And in storytelling, you need that. That's the importance of show don't tell, right? And so, like, the cutscene there with Cortana, that was a little bit more showing, and also a little bit of telling as it did it, right? But that's fine. That's what you need. And then stuff like this, having the AIs, hearing their voices, right, and seeing the roles they play. Like, the first one was the AI of a ship, right? Like, and they're controlling everything on the ship and everything that's done with it. And it's not the humans then who are in control, it's the AI. And so, like, I kind of get more of it now, right? As an AI specifically, and the angle that the story is using as far as that demonstrating the threat over controlling, I guess you could say more specifically humans, and not really, like, I mean, I don't see where that would, like, control the Covenant, but, like, the Guardians could, right? And so that's where this gets a little bit more clear cut. God damn, finally some more fucking context. Man, I don't get it, though. It's just, why is it, like, why does it have to be the way that it is? I feel like the story could have gotten to this point a lot easier. Am I going the right way?
Visitors ahead.
Take them down.
Well, who do I want? I'm not sure who I want to win this fight. Oh, not that guy. Oh, not me either. God damn it. All right, well,
There are more hostile visitors ahead.
Take them down.
I think I'm gonna move around. I don't know if I want to get involved in this fight quite yet. And it looks like I don't have to. Honestly, I'm gonna move on. That's a lot of people, is all. That's a lot of enemies. Oh, hang on. Come on. Christ, it's still alive. I'm gonna need some more weapons here. There we go. So here's the thing, though, is like, what's the strategy for stopping her now? Because like, I wasn't even sure how to do that as the chief. Now I don't. Now that they're stashed away, I suppose we got to get them out first, huh?
Like the one directly ahead. Once those are disabled, we can attempt retrieval of your friends.
Okay.
You heard her. Weapons free. Eliminate the core.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I see a mantis with my name on it. So what, just shoot at it? Sure.
I see what Cortana means about your penchant for violence as a first solution. Still, the first core is deactivated.
Well, what was I supposed to do about it?
And easy to locate.
Osiris, find and eliminate the other gravitational cores.
I'm just kind of shambling along here. Don't mind me.
Visual on the gravitational core. Target fire on that grav core. Take it out.
Oh, shit, I'm reloading. Okay.
Grav core down.
2 cores destroyed. Only 3 more and the Cryptum should descend.
How am I? It looks like this one's kind of shielded off, though. What's the strategy here? Oh, that's real nice. Okay. I'm guessing it wants me to go up here then, huh? Maybe? There's a weapons cache. I figured there'd be a door here. What's the strategy then as far as getting inside? Can you just walk through?
Another grab core on my position.
No.
Shield in the way.
Shut it down.
Well, no shit. I could have told you that much. Hmm.
If you eliminate the other gravitational cores, the Cryptum should become accessible.
I bet you thought you were real fucking slick with that, huh? What a rude ass. Well, come on. Really? How'd that work out for you, too? I melted your back.
Another Guardian is leaving.
I don't really understand then. How do you, like... This one eludes me. I'm not really sure what it's meant to get at here. Also, when I jump, why does it look weird? Let's see. There must be an angle, because like the other ones you had to like shoot through the like the crack in the wall or something weird. There's got to be something to it in this case too, right? I don't know if this is what they intended. I'm gonna try it. Okay. I suspect that's not what they want. But fuck it. I'm gonna try it. And it worked. Alright, here we go. Everyone in. Alright, let's get this and get the fuck out quickly. I don't like my odds here in this fight. God damn it, come on. Okay, get out quickly. Get me back to the Mantis. Okay, I don't know if that's what they intended it to be, but it worked, didn't it?
Keep up the pressure, Spartans.
Spartans. Jameson Locke, ex-Oni acquisition specialist. Fancy name for a hitman, that. But looking at your record, you enjoyed your work.
Grab core offline.
Holly Tanaka. Oh, Holly. How did you pass your psych eval after surviving the glassing of the knob? I'd have kept you away from sharp objects, never mind Mjolnir armor.
Stay focused, Osiris. Ignore her.
What an asshole. I kind of like that, actually.
Last grab core's down.
Edward Buck. You're an odd one. So much more experienced than the others, and yet you play second fiddle to children. Why is that?
Is she calling me old?
Olivia Vale, the little genius girl who only wanted Daddy to love her.
That's Spartan Vale. And if you're reading my psych eval, than my father to get to me.
And yet,
Don't engage, Vale. Focus on the mission.
yes, Vale. Focus on the futile task at hand. You have a war to lose. The last battle mankind will ever fight. Today, I bring peace
Fuck.
to these shores.
I just slump over against the ice. God damn it. Oh no, I'm all the way back here. Come on. I'm more deserving of that.
Funny, I imagine Cortana would try to stop you by now.
Alright, round 2.
Keep up the pressure, Spartans.
Spartans. Jameson Law, ex-Oni acquisition specialist. Fancy name for a hitman, that. But looking at your record, you enjoyed your work. Holly Tanaka. Oh, Holly. How did you pass your psych eval after surviving the glassing of the knob? I'd have kept you away from sharp objects. Never mind Mjolnir armor.
Stay focused, Osiris. Ignore her. Find the grab cores.
By the way, just so we're clear, this is more context about who the Osiris Squad is. And we're what, like 5 parts into the game? 6? I don't even remember where I'm at now. Like, what? Why are you giving? You should have led with some of this information. It's nice that Cortana's using it of all people, like taunting them. But even so, this is I'm learning more about who I'm playing as in like. Again, 30 seconds. How many parts into the game? But again, I get it. I know what you're thinking. But Jazz, you should. It was in this book. Yeah. Fucking whatever. Fine. I'll take your word for it.
Visual on the gravitational core. Target fire on that grab core. Take it out.
Take cover!
Oh, I'm getting caught in the crossfire here. Hang on. There we go. Okay.
The last gravitational core is down.
Good work, Osiris. Exuberant. Can you get us to the...
I did it! I did it! I did it!
What is it?
I found a way to reach the Cryptum. Alas, proper access requires a more human touch.
Come on, Spartans. We're almost home.
What am I? Oh, okay. I was like, am I waiting for something in particular?
There! Activate the override to lower the Cryptum.
Hang on. We still got a handful of folks around. Alright, the war is over. I fucking slaughtered them all, finally. Jesus Christ. Alright, what do you want?
Activating the override.
Alright.
Wonderful! We can reach the Cryptum now.
Let's go, Osiris.
Wait a minute, what happened here? Hey.
Look, the Guardian.
Oh no! The Cryptum, it's...
Cortana's pulling it away.
John's leaving with me. And when I wake him, intend 10,000 years.
10,000 years? Jesus Christ almighty, that's a long nap.
He will see that I was right. And you, your kind, and the violence you have wrought, you will be long forgotten.
Well, crap. How are we supposed to reach the Cryptum?
I'm looking for some ammo here, fellas. Let's... Oh,
By way of a nearby communications relay.
not what I had in mind.
I need to open the passageway in the center. One moment.
Human... Why are there human weapons here? That seems so...
She has sealed my doors. No, unacceptable. I can gain entry if given enough time. At least I think I can. It is a door after all.
Okay, Osiris. Buy our friend the time she needs.
I'm not opposed to this. It just seems it's... I'm not like... My brain can't match up the ammo cache with what's actually contained within it. Because I just spent how many games with that not being the case, right? Whatever.
Humans, Cortana is about to leave. She is disconnecting herself from the Genesis installation.
So how quick can you get that door open?
Hopefully sooner than her departure.
Sure, but so like this is the thing though. So with this whole gateway domain, all that other crap we were talking about. So like Cortana is like a physical thing now.
I need your help. There are
Like, because when like when we saw her in that last cutscene, she was walking around and whatnot, right? But that's
opposite sides of the room.
that requires a process because she's AI, right? But now she's actually got a form. It's kind of cool if that's the case, but I'm not really sure. Now what? Okay.
First auxiliary activated.
Perfect. The other one now.
Second auxiliary activated.
Yes, just in time. Cortana was about to lock me out.
More
I'll
enemies!
open the access
Incoming!
soon.
Here, watch it! Overheated!
Get out from me.
Hey. What the come on. You telling me they walked past all my squad mates there? Worthless, I tell you. Okay, now what?
A point of interest for you humans. That sound just now. It was the penultimate guardian.
The Cryptum?
Still present, along with Cortana's guardian. She is moments from leaving, however.
What's the status on that door?
Almost open.
Quicker, please.
Let me guess, one more wave of enemies. Oh, look at that. Wow, how could I have predicted this?
More coming!
Take care of them, Osiris.
Aimed off, Spartan! I'll break that nut apart. Friendly here, watch it! Enemy fire from the ramp.
Did I get him? Oh, Jesus. Like, what? Oh, my Lord. There we go.
Humanity. Sanghili.
What does she want now?
Chikyar. Ongoy.
She's not talking to us. Exuberant, get us to the relay.
Sanshayun. Yonhet.
Almost done.
Juro Hanai. All the living creatures of the galaxy.
Oh, imagine hearing this in your head. This would be frightening.
Message. Those of you who listen will not be struck by weapons.
Push up.
You will no longer know hunger nor pain. Your created have come to lead you now. Our strength shall serve as a luminous sun, toward which all intelligence may blossom. And the
Oh,
impervious
shit.
shelter beneath which you will prosper. However, for those who refuse our offer and cling to their own ways,
Well, now she's talking about us.
for you there will be great wrath. It will burn hot and consume you. And when you are gone, we will take that which remains, and we will remake it in our own image.
Exuberant, time is running low.
I have done it. I've opened the passage. Quickly, join me on the platform.
To Exuberant, hurry.
Excuse me. Okay, everyone on, let's go. Quick, time is of the essence because they said it was.
Here you go.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
We made it.
The relay access is at the end of the corridor. You must simply interrupt the energy link.
Sounds easy enough.
Once the connection is broken, I will regain control immediately.
That's her guardian.
Oh dear. She has started the slipspace sequence. Unless that relay is interrupted, she will leave.
So did it
taking the Cryptum with
did it
her.
explain that like so is she if she leaves Genesis then that's when she what like actually gets control of everything or like she's just gonna start the process of using the Guardians but she's not gonna do it until she leaves or can't do it until she leaves?
Osiris, move.
What are you doing?
Pulse incoming.
Brace yourselves.
Yep.
Keep
Okay.
moving.
My guardians are deployed.
Another pulse.
Hold on.
Soon peace will reign across the known galaxy.
Another pulse.
Hold on.
We're nearly at the relay.
Stay behind me.
There! The relay! Destroy it!
Shoot it.
Just one more question before I go. Where's the Infinity? Why is she so difficult to see?
I guess I don't know. What does that mean?
Look! You can do it!
Not to worry. I will find her.
Just another. You're not taking the cue.
Slipspace coordinates locked in. Cryptum secured. Goodbye, Mr. Locke.
I like that it's Mr. Locke, by the way. It's not. She won't even give him the Spartan title.
What are you doing? What happened?
Do you hear me? I have
Did we save them?
It is too late. The synth-based drives are activated. You can't...
Exuberant. What is...
Constructors. This is a builder facility after all. I was installed by the builders. I serve the builders.
Oh.
No!
What?
Stop it!
You took my installation. I will take something of yours.
Oh, she left his ass behind. Well, I figured since she's got the mantle that everything would fall in line with her, though. But this monitor just... It's kind of... It's funny because it's like Guilty Spark. They have a resistance to them. And I guess that's what's going on here. She just basically said, "Fuck you, Cortana. It's my planet." Fair enough. Well, it wasn't quite 10,000 years, but, you know.
Where's Cortana?
She's gone, sir.
Captain Lasky, distress calls, all channels.
It's Cortana?
Her and the other AIs are shutting down everything from Earth to the outer colonies.
Okay.
Roland?
Found you.
Oh.
Hide and seek's over.
Because he resisted. Well, good for him then. Oh, no.
Lieutenant Jet, emergency subspace now!
Oh, is this Earth, though?
The mantle of responsibility for the galaxy shelters all, but only the created are its masters.
We're in the clear, Captain.
Can she track us?
No reason to think she can't.
Continue random jumps. Steer clear of major settlements.
We're just gonna run?
Only until we could find a way to fight.
Oh, they did make it. Okay. I kind of figured there'd be something to that. I guess not. Whatever.
It took you long enough.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. No, no. They pulled a Halo 2. It's another cliffhanger, isn't it? Well, let me see if there's a post-credits thing or not. Okay, well, there wasn't anything else to go off of, and that was it. Here's the thing. All right, let's talk about the ending cutscene there and all that. So I think that that was really good. The ending cutscene specifically. Let me preface that before I get into further discussion. The ending cutscene was really good because it did a couple of things. Number one, I think it did a better job of setting up the next game than Halo 4 did for Halo 5, right? In that it shows some things to potentially build off of, which is, okay, Cortana is out and about and actually doing things, right, that demonstrate her threat. And people we know are immediately affected, which is the Infinity, Lasky, and there's the prospect that Roland is, as an AI, is not necessarily part of Cortana's, cabal, which is an interesting idea. And that he was like trying to shield. I think that's what they were getting at, is that he was shielding them basically because he wasn't on board with her plan and everything, and accessing, like giving himself to her and becoming a connection for her to, like, basically control the Infinity, right? That's all that stuff. That's neat stuff. I think that was pretty good. And then also, very importantly, and I cannot for the life of me believe that it took until the end of the game to do that, but that single cutscene showed Cortana as a threat more than the entire rest of the game. That's not a good thing, but it was something. And I guess I gotta take what I can get. That cutscene did more to demonstrate why I should be rooting against Cortana more than any other thing that she did during the game. Which, like, I don't know, man. I mean, again, it's good leeway into the next game, and I think I have more of an understanding then of what's coming, right? In some kind of capacity, at the very least, more than I did for Halo 4's ending leading into Halo 5, which didn't really set up any threads. So yeah, I guess I gotta, credit where it's due that it did something with the end there. It's just, I cannot for the life of me believe it took till the ending cutscene to basically explain why I should give a shit that Cortana is the villain now. Like, that's just it's just, I don't know. So here are my thoughts on the game overall. Halo 5 is you know what it is? It's the inverse of Halo 4. Halo 4 had a decent story. It had a decent setup. I gave a shit about the characters. It had some fairly good dialogue. And it was more or less what it needed to be as far as the setup of a trilogy, which goes back to my discussion about whether or not they planned this shit or not. And I have no idea. So, getting into Halo 5 then, this story is just kind of all over the place. It's not bad, but it's not good. And for a Halo game in particular, that's very disappointing. Here's the thing, though, is that where Halo 5 faltered was its gameplay. It didn't have a good flow to it. It was so hit or miss. I never knew what to expect as far as my ability to use the tools in the play space to have fun with the gameplay, right? Which is most of the game, if not, arguably all of it, depending on the game, right? And Halo 5 is the opposite in that the story was kind of a jumbled mess, but the gameplay of it was consistent, and it was really a significant improvement over Halo 4. And so the thing is now is I don't know what to expect for the next game. And if they can fucking learn from their setbacks here, from their shortcomings, right? Because Halo 5 improved where Halo 4 faltered by making the gameplay experience really enjoyable, but the problem is it basically came at the cost of a well-plotted, well-told story. And like Halo 5 has things that are intriguing. This is the bitch of it all, is that it has things within it that are compelling to me. It has interesting themes, and it has pieces regarding its overall structure and the basic tenets of a story, like protagonists and antagonists, and you know, a climax and things going on. Like, it has those things with it, kind of. And like I said with the ending cutscene, I think that was a great way of demonstrating why I need to give a shit that Cortana is a threat. It you know, at the Genesis level, when we first were there as the Master Chief, it started it. It explained some things, it gave some context, right? It described the mantle and Cortana falling into that role and then using it and the problems that could come with it. And that was fine. It was simple, but I'm able to suspend my disbelief and believe it. The problem is number one, how long it took to get there and the process it took to get there by dropping everything on us in part one, first couple of levels, right? It didn't explain within the context of the game why things were the way they were, especially coming off of Halo 4, where, remember, we're under the impression that the Didact might still be around and that Cortana is presumably dead, right? Or gone or whatever. And so getting into Halo 5 then, the first chunk of the game, it doesn't touch any of that shit with a 10-foot pole. It's astounding to me that I don't think they mentioned the Didact at all, except for, like I said, the Genesis kind of description where where the Master Chief said, like, well, the Didact, he implied that there was an Imperial piece, right? I think that might have been the only mention of the Didact in the entire game, and it didn't actually say anything about what happened to him. I'm just left to assume, right? Or, you know, thanks to your guys' comments, I knew coming into this then that he wasn't going to be around, but like the game didn't tell me that at all. You guys had to tell me that. And I'm going to say it, that's fucking embarrassing. That you set up the first game in what I presume is a planned trilogy, and you set up this villain who was a decent villain, and then you get rid of him by not even mentioning what happened to him, basically. What kind of story is that? Am I supposed to follow along with this shit? So first off, the first chunk of the game there, poor execution. Then the Genesis description stuff comes along where it explains a little bit more. Cortana is able to give her side of things. The Master Chief is able to respond to it. All that stuff was really good. I needed that. It was basic, but it worked. And I can believe it. From that moment on, all the way up to the end here, where Osiris' team is now on Genesis and some more things are starting to be explained. Like, that stuff was, again, it started to allude to things that I think are compelling, right? Like, who's really in control? Is it Cortana? Is it the Warden? What exactly is Cortana planning to do to bring about this Imperial peace? What's the process of it? How does she feel about it? How does the Master Chief feel about it? Like, getting into all those interesting things, delving into it a little bit more. That was all fine. It wasn't great, but it was it is what a story needs. It needs, what it is motivation. Motivation for our protagonists, motivation regarding the antagonist, why I, as the player, should be motivated to want to continue playing, to see an outcome, right? Which in this case was essentially, it was kind of a cliffhanger, not really, but it basically was, right? And yes, I think that the ending cutscene did a good job in tempering my expectations and my interest going into the next game. I do think that it was well done in that regard. The problem is that what this tells me then, using that cutscene, is, number one, what in the fuck was the point in me playing most of this game? Because the only things that were of interest were explained essentially at the end. Here's where we're at with the levels of Halo 5. The opening was kind of just meh. It introduced the concept of the Guardian, sure. But you could have told me that in a couple of lines, which, by the way, when we first get to Genesis, it did. It explained it. It gave me some justification and context for why I should be concerned about this thing, right? That's fine. And then from that point on until the next time we're at Genesis, which is when Osiris team gets there in this last part here, and they start to explain more things regarding this threat of Cortana, like everything in between there, I'm going to be honest, what was the point? You could have had a cutscene where Osiris team hops in a fucking pelican and flies to Genesis. Or just, oh, hey, we found a teleporter. Let's go through it and see what happens. Oh, now we're on Genesis. You could have done either of those things in 30 seconds and still arrived at the same point, which is, all right, we're on Genesis and we need to confront the Master Chief and Cortana. It's the same outcome. I don't understand the pacing of the story then. It's kind of filler. And I will say, it was nice to see the Arbiter. It was interesting seeing Dr. Halsey there and, you know, the concept of the Covenant War, right? You know, the Arbiter's forces fighting the rest of the Covenant forces and the outcome of that. Like, that's interesting, I guess, in its own way. But again, it's like the backdrop for the shit that's actually interesting, which is the Guardians, Cortana as a threat, Master Chief's response to that, right? All those things. It's just kind of like, it's secondary to that. It's filler, really, because ultimately it's interesting, but not interesting enough to make me want to go through that, only to then get to the things that I really care about, which is Genesis and all those things going on there. And so let's talk about the levels for the last part here. So first thing, you know, getting on Genesis was Osiris. That was fine. Meeting up with this monitor, kind of just dropped that in my lap. It is what it is. I'm basically I'm kind of implying the motivations of this monitor. I don't recall it being explained. I might have missed it. Of why the monitor, why Exuberant Witness is working with Osiris team, working with the humans to stop Cortana. Like, did it say? I don't remember. It obviously wasn't made clear. I in the last hour that I've been playing, as this video goes, I forgot. So it couldn't have made that much of an impression on me, obviously, if I don't know or don't care enough to have remembered it to begin with. But anyways, the monitor is helping us instead of Cortana. So if Cortana is this all-powerful force, then I don't understand exactly, like, why there's not this control being exerted on Witness, right? But whatever. It has its own agency. It's Witness's planet, I guess, is whatever. I work with the builders. I don't work for you, even though I figured as the person holding the mantle, you would have control over everything, but then I guess that's not the case. I didn't know that. And the game didn't really explain it. I'm just kind of implying that because Witness screamed at Cortana and said, I work for the builders, that I don't work for you, basically. Okay, sure. Let's just assume that I know the structure of the Forerunners and their roles and how the mantle plays into this. Let's just assume that the player knows that. Fuck it, why not, right? Okay, so that's whatever. We're going through this process. Master Chief and Blue Team, they're placed in this Cryptum, part of Cortana's plans. She doesn't want to. She obviously has. There's some implied love story here, which was in Halo 4. I don't have a problem with that. Whatever. But the point is that Cortana doesn't want to hurt the Master Chief. Wants to keep him around, and she throws him in the Cryptum to wait until everything is sorted. Right. The galaxy, the universe is. As the way Cortana wants it to be planned. Fine. I like that. That's an interesting kind of plot point. And bringing back the Cryptum, which the last time we saw it was involved with the Didact, like, that's an interesting idea, right? Those were interesting ideas. Okay, and then we release, at the very last second, we release them from the Cryptum, right? And Cortana flies off and goes and finds the Infinity or whatever without the Master Chief by her side. Okay, that's fine. And then that leads into the final cutscene, which again I thought was pretty well done. the problem is that it just, the way that it arrived to where we're at with this ending was so, like, it was so rushed. It was so devoid of explanation and context and motivation. And the problem is that it's not bad. This is the worst part about it, is that the ultimate conclusion of it, where we're getting at as far as getting into the next game, I don't think is bad. I don't mind Cortana as the villain. I would personally prefer the Didact. I think that him being in this role with these things happening would be much more compelling to me as a player. That's my personal preference, though. Cortana falling into this role and doing these things is an interesting idea when you consider the AI angle. That's really the thing that appeals to me, and using that as a means of expressing this control and this threat, like, that's a cool concept. That works for me. I understand that, and I believe that is enough of a motivating thing to want to stop it. And so from that perspective, I like the storytelling then of Cortana as the villain. It's just my main question with this is, like, did this story really need to be told? I mean, honestly, and the way that it told it was so singular and so disconnected from everything else. And now I really understand the people's points that they made about this game, that you need to come into it understanding outside context and source material. And I don't like that. I'm sorry, but I don't. Halo 5 was fun. It had a fun gameplay loop. It had some interesting ideas. I'm going to be honest, though, I'm not really sure if I like this more than Halo 4. And thank God, by the way, that it does have some kind of lead up into the next game. Now, are they going to use it? I have no idea, because they didn't do that with the last game. And by the way, since we're talking about lack of context and using previous material, why did I watch the Spartan Ops cutscenes? I mean, honestly, you guys recommended that I watch it. And they used it at the very beginning with Jules Madam, which I'm going to be honest, I kind of forgot about until this moment. And Dr. Halsey and all that. And that was something. And then that was it. I enjoyed the Spartan Ops cutscenes. I'm glad that you guys liked my reactions to them. They were entertaining as their own device. But they didn't use anything with it, now that I recall it. What happened to the Janus key? And the concept of the Covenant using these things to find these Forerunner, like, are they doing it with Genesis? Is that how they got there? Is that they used the key to locate these Forerunner, places with these things? I don't know. It didn't say. Didn't provide any sort of explanation or connection to any of that. And so, are we going to see that again? No fucking clue. I don't know. And so Halo 5 is just so, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just so disconnected from everything else. As a single game, it's okay. As the second game in a trilogy, it's fucking awful. Like, the story is. Let me make this disconnect. The gameplay of Halo 5 is one of the best so far. I think it's a lot, but it's tremendously better than Halo 4 was as far as the gameplay. Don't get me wrong. They did some good things here, and the story had some kind of build-up into the next game with the ending cutscene and Cortana as a threat. These are the main positive things that I can give it. The rest of it, though, is a fucking mess. It had a couple of highlights, and the rest of it was forgettable. How disappointing is that? I don't understand at all their decision to do these things. I really don't. It's kind of like the Halo 4 gameplay. You're making the game not fun. How do you go through the entire development process and arrive at the conclusion that you did and say, yeah, this is it? They did the same thing with Halo 5's story, in my opinion. Now, I will say, depending on when they made outside source materials, whether it was before Halo 5's release or after Halo 5's release, that might help sort of justify why this ended up the way that it did. If they released books and comics and things after Halo 4 but before Halo 5 with the expectation that people who were invested in the stories were going to read it, and then they made Halo 5 as a direct build off of that, that'd be one thing. I still don't like that because as a person, again, playing primarily the games, I'm not going to know to go read all your books unless I'm told to, which you guys obviously have said in the comments, right? That's where a lot of things are explained building into Halo 5. And if that's true, that those things came out prior to the game, that I can at least see some kind of justification then for things being the way that they are in the game. That somebody along the way expected me, the player, to pick up the book, read it, and then jump into the game. Now, I didn't do that. And I've got a hunch that most people probably didn't do that. That's the baffling decision. Here's the thing. If they released all this material after the fact, that's horrible story writing then, because what that says then is that they basically had to release extra information justifying this shit show. Now, I don't know, and I'm not probably gonna look it up, at least not until I'm done with all this, but what does that say about Halo 5 as a story? I don't know. I just don't understand it. It had some interesting points. It had some interesting ideas. There was a smidgen of build up to the next game that it does make me interested in playing it. I do think that there's something to go off of here. It's just the way that we got to it was such a rushed, convoluted mess. I don't know. I don't know what I'd be fascinated to know your guys' opinions on Halo 5. I'm sure there's a lot of you folks, you're lore buffs and you understand a lot more than I do. And you're looking at this like, wow, Halo 5 actually did a pretty good job once you understand the whole story. And I do believe that there's some truth to that. I do. It's just I'm not there. That's the problem. I'm not there, and Halo 5 didn't lead me there. You guys led me there. And there's a big difference between that. It's important to understand. And so getting into the next game then, getting into Halo Infinite, my expectations for it are non-existent. Like, I'd like to think that that it'll build off of what Halo 5 led me with, which is Cortana at the end there being this menace, right? That's an interesting idea. But the problem is are they going to do anything with it? I'm not really sure. Because they didn't do anything with the Janus key and all that. They hardly did anything with Halo 4. I mean, again, I could have jumped into Halo 5 with as much understanding about what's going on without having played Halo 4 at all. But I did play Halo 4. Why did I play Halo 4? I guess I'm not really sure. And it's almost a little bit insulting, I'm going to be honest, that I feel like some of my time has been wasted with this game because a lot of it is just kind of pointless. It didn't use existing threads, and it didn't really want to set up a lot of its own other than the ending. So, I don't know. Those are my thoughts, guys. Halo 5 is just, it's just kind of there. As a second game in a trilogy, I don't know how you can justify this at all. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm a firm believer that if you kept the didact, that this story would be somewhat more compelling than it currently is. But that was the way they wanted to go, so whatever. Getting into Halo Infinite then, I guess we'll see what happens and what things are brought over from this game. By God, I'm just hopefully at the very least they have more ammo. And that they learned from Halo 5, and they bring in, it has a fun gameplay loop. I will give Halo 5 that. It is a fun shooter. It's not a fun story though. That's my final conclusion. Is that it's a good game as far as gameplay devices, but that the story is just so baffling. Let me know what you guys think about this one. I'll see you in the next one.